I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Zwicker? Ms. Breyer?
Here.
Mr. Prince?
Here.
Mr. Person?
Here.
Ms. Palmer?
Here.
Mr. Corman?
Here.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, one absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Corman.
I move the absent council member be excused.
Been moved by Mr. Corman, seconded by Ms. Breyer, that the absent council member be excused. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. So first on the agenda tonight are two very special presentations. I want to start off with Terry Higashiyama.
Good evening, Terry Higashiyama, Community Services Administrator for the City of Renton. Council members, Mayor, it's nice to be here tonight. It's always a great honor to come when we get to celebrate just good things that are happening in our community, and we get to do that tonight in multiple ways. But on behalf of the Community Services Department, we're here to thank to recognize the University of Washington Valley Medical Celebration trailer. You may have seen it as you came in downstairs out in the lobby. And this is a collaborative effort, and with the hospital joining us to put their logo and sponsor the trailer so that when we're out in the community doing events like 4th of July and IKEA Renton River Days and ribbon cuttings and National Night Out and all of the great things, and when we're out in the community, we get to take the trailer with us and advertise our partnership with the hospital, but also celebrate all of these things with our community and our members in the community. So we really appreciate this. Is a 5-year partnership. I want to thank Bonnie Rarisich, who always has the vision and pulls these things together and makes it happen. And wow, we can make these really work when we have an event now, and it makes it easier on all of our staff also, and it makes it very professional when we have our events. So I would like to introduce Rich Rudman, who is the CEO for Valley Medical Center. He can introduce his staff that's here tonight. And then Mr. Mayor, if you would present the plaque, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
Dennis, I want to thank you for allowing me to speak for the next 45 minutes about it. This is Barbara Mitchell. She's in charge of all outreach and resources and communication. And Liz Nolan is in charge of marketing, public relations, and trying to make us look good. Thank you. That's good. No, I just wanted to say thanks. It's our pleasure to again participate with you all in another partnership. And I really won't use any more than just 30 seconds except to say thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Rich. You know, I do want to say that that's the shortest speech I've ever heard from Rich Rudman. But I also want to say, and I know Terry wants to get up and say something else here, but
I used to get paid by the line.
you did, yeah. I'm not a bit surprised, to be honest with you. But we have to say in all sincerity that Valley Medical Center has been such a wonderful partner to this community in so many ways for so many years. And Rich, you've been an advocate for this community, not only in healthcare, but in a lot of the other things that make this community truly a better community. So we thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Rich, can we have you just go stand up, then we can bring the council together, we can get a picture?
Sure, you want to join? You went to council?
Right up here and we'll gather everybody together.
Up or
Right
down?
here. Right here.
Can I block Dennis' name?
Yes.
All right, let's together.
Stand next to the board.
Okay. Thank you. If I'd known you meant this nice, I would have voted for you. Even though you were unopposed.
You have to register to vote.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks again, you guys.
Bye-bye, thank you.
Okay, next is another very special event. We have some special recognition for Renton Fire and Emergency Service employees. And before we get started, I want family members to know that you are welcome to come back up here or in front here to take pictures, and just so feel free to roam around. Chief Peterson.
Members of Council, Mark Peterson, Fire Chief, Emergency Services Administrator. Brings me great pleasure to come before you tonight to honor some of our employees within the city. And first off, I'd like to honor one of our community services park maintenance employees, Jeff Nassett. Could you step forward, please, Jeff? Back on January 13th, we had a little bit of ice storm going on, and Jeff was out in the city kind of looking around, seeing what's going on, and we were at the 600 block of Harrington Avenue Northeast when he noticed a little bit of smoke coming from a house. So he stopped and checked it out and found that there was a little bit of a fire going on. And he walked into the house, and there was a family inside the house, a lady and a son. So he coaxed them out of the house, brought them out of the house, and went and pulled the power. He found out where the power was. Now, the challenge here is the lady spoke only Spanish. And so it was really difficult to get her to understand the importance of coming out of the house. And there was smoke in the house, and we had basically a kitchen fire going on that extended up into the attic space. And so Jeff talked her into finding out where the power panel was and was able to disconnect the power to the house and then call 911 on top of it. Well, while he was doing that, the lady went back into the house. And so Jeff went in and got her out. That's the right thing to do. We have a lot of people that go back into burning structures and they never come out. And this tonight, Jeff made a difference in our community. And what our Captain Welsh, the incident commander, said on that day, it sums it up best when he said, "It's a great to have fellow city employees who can think on their feet and minimize dangerous threat to a person and property with quick and appropriate action." And again, it just goes to the quality of people that the city hires to represent them, and Jeff went one step beyond. And Jeff, I'd like to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Now for our honor tonight, we have 5 people we're honoring, actually 4 people we're honoring tonight, and it's part of our memberships of our Members of the Year Award. And our Member of the Year Award is brought up on a quarterly basis. We have a firefighter, a civilian member, and a fire officer of the quarter award. And at the end of the year, we send out a nomination package or an election package to the membership for voting for our Members of the Year. So it comes from the ranks themselves, the people who they feel went the extra mile for the city and for the department. And would Lieutenant Craig Soucy step forward? Lieutenant Craig Soucy joined the department on August 1st of 1993. He was promoted to lieutenant on January 1, 2008. He is assigned to Station 17 on C shift. Lieutenant Soucy was nominated for his extraordinary efforts to provide an Officer Development Academy class at the last minute. And this was when Craig was in the training division. And the instructor for the Government Affairs class? Community Government Affairs class couldn't give the class at the last minute. And so Craig stepped forward and created the solution to the problem. And he and another member of the department went up and taught the class and actually got rave reviews for the class. And so this was done on his own time to ensure the ODA, the Officer Development Academy students, could complete their program. And that's just a tribute to what Craig does. He's a solution-oriented person. He'll come to me sometimes with a problem, but with the problem he brings 1 or 2 or 3 different solutions that we could implement. And so again, this is a tribute to Craig and his ability and work ethic. Craig? Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Ken, can I have you step forward, please? Our firefighter of the year is firefighter Ken Clinton. And Ken joined King County Fire District 40 on August 11th, 1992, and he came over as a part of the contract for services in 2008. And Ken is a worker bee. This guy, you give him a piece of wire and he could turn it into something. And I don't know how he does it, but he's got a real creative mind. He's very mechanical. He was really key in getting us a new brush rig for the department. It's kind of a partnership with King County Fire District 40. We ordered the skid from the manufacturer, and then Ken took and put that skid into our utility truck and plumbed it all in so that we can move it in and take it out. He built a crane system for it so we could store it easy, all at a very reduced rate, and it really saved the city a lot of money. Ken was nominated for his exceptional services to the logistics division in managing the flashlight battery program for response operations, community risk reduction, training, and city shops. So he's very involved in what he does. He doesn't just come to work and put in a good day's work. He puts in a real hard work day. And he's, again, another solution-oriented type person who will look at a problem and develop solutions to it. So, Glenn, thank you very much. Congratulations. We have a new award this year. It's called the EMT of the Year Award. 80% of what we do is emergency medical work, and that's one that we really don't pay a lot of attention to in what our people do, and we have some of the best EMTs in the country. That's not me saying it. That's from Dr. Eisenberg from King County EMS that says it. It's from the paramedics from the King County Medic One program that say it. We're getting a lot of good press on our EMT skills and our ability, and that's kind of a tradition of Renton. When I came in 1980, that was one thing that was impressed in me, was that our EMT work and our aid work is what's going to get us through, and we're going to be the best at what we do. And so when we're out there with the public, we treat them right, and we make sure that they get the best help and the best care possible. And that tradition's carried on for the last 32 years. And so would Luke Alvarado step forward, please? Luke joined the department on May 1st of 2004. He's assigned to Station 12 on A shift, and he's an active member of our water rescue team. And our water rescue team, those guys are out every weekend training. They're either in the pool at Hazen training, or they're out at Lake Washington in the middle of winter training. You name it, those guys are out training, and Luke's one of the harder workers out there on that. He was nominated by one of the paramedics for his accurate patient reporting and care. He provides excellent continuing-based training, and he serves on 812 quite a bit. And so Luke is one of our better EMTs. Not only that, he's a good mentor for our younger members who are coming up into the organization, and he's actually helping prepare them to take over someday. So Luke, I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Chaplain Fulmer. Probably the person that works the hardest behind the scenes, that he'll get up at 3 in the morning, he'll get up at 2 in the afternoon, whenever the time is. If there's a need, Chaplain Al's there. And Chaplain Al has spent a lot of time developing the chaplaincy program within the city. Chaplain Al was nominated for this by his peers, by the firefighters. He began serving the city of Renton in 1998. And being the first chaplain in the organization, there were some obstacles he had to overcome. And sometimes it wasn't easy. And he persevered. He's had to oversee firefighter funerals that we've had of firefighters who've died in accidents. He's been there for our members who end up in the hospital, or a family member that ends up in the hospital. He's there when I need him. All I gotta do is pick up the phone, and he's there. He not only serves as a chaplain for the city, Chaplain Fulmer also serves as chaplain for King County Fire District 20, the King County Sheriff's Office. And he was recently awarded the 10-year service plaque at the Fire District 20's annual banquet. And again, he not only serves those communities, but when the chaplain from Tukwila or the chaplain from Kent's away, Chaplain Al will answer the call there also. Chaplain Al was nominated for his exemplary management of the chaplaincy program and voluntary service to the fire department for more than 13 years. He unselfishly responds at all hours to provide victim and responder support. Chaplain Al. We've had an award in our policies for the last couple of years that we really haven't utilized yet, and it's one that I've been looking at. Who do I give this award to? And it's named after Fire Chief Ailey Wheeler, and it's a Community Service Award. And this award shall be the recognition for exceptional performance. The award is given to a member of the department for their combined service or significant contribution to the city of Renton. Tonight, I'd like to add Chaplain Al is the first recipient of the Fire Chief Ailey Wheeler Community Service Award.
Nice. Hey, Chief.
Again, the unsung heroes in our community are our chaplains. We have a real good core of chaplains from Kent to Auburn to Tukwila, and they all work together, all to provide a great service to our community. And it's a service that it's not a fun one. It's not one where it's really has a lot of rewards, but sometimes it does. But these are the folks that answer the call, that really go the extra mile, and I'd just like to congratulate our chaplains and have them stand up and take a round of applause. With that, I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chief.
Yeah, we could do a shot up at the DS. Can I have the employees for the year up to the DS?
We line up.
One more time, thank you, one more time.
Oh, yeah. Right here, we can put the paper down. Hand to hand, there we go. Come on.
Yeah, faster than that.
Okay. Everybody ready? Take a couple shots real quick, and then I think some other photographers will want it. So, on 1, 2, 3, great. And come on. Family members. Okay, Terry, I'm gonna shoot one more because I think I don't quite have you get a shot, so I want to make sure everybody gets in. Okay, sorry, and big smile. Right, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Chief. Congratulations to our firefighters. I didn't even recognize Craig Susi in uniform. And congratulations to Al. He does a lot of stuff for this city. And a special thank you to Jeff for doing something that's very important, saving lives. That was tremendous. Okay. Let's see if Jay Covington can beat that with the administrative report.
Absolutely not even going to try, Mr. Mayor. I have no report tonight.
Okay. All right, we don't have anybody signed up from the audience, so I'll move on to the consent agenda. Our president tonight is Randy Corman. We have 4 items on the consent agenda for council consideration. Are there any items that a council member would like pulled for discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I would like to have item A on the consent agenda pulled, please.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Corman.
with that, I move approval of the consent agenda minus item A.
Second?
Been moved by Mr. Corman, seconded by Ms. Palmer, that council concur with the consent agenda minus item A. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is the council minutes. The minutes should state, I made a comment at our last meeting regarding the one-night count for the homeless, and the correct comment should be that we counted 150 people over and above the total county count that we did last year, not 150 here in Renton. Our count here in Renton was 73 people.
Okay, so we'll make that change.
Clarification. So I move that we make that change.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Ms. Palmer, that we correct the number in last week's minutes to reflect 150 countywide for the homeless
Yes.
count. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr.
In
Corman.
addition to that correction, do we need approval of the minutes overall, or?
I think,
As it is
that's a
here.
good point.
I move approval of last week's council minutes as amended.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Corman, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council approve the minutes as amended. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Just in case.
Okay, moving on to unfinished business, Mr. Corman.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I do have a committee of the whole report to present.
Committee of the Whole Committee Report, 2012 School Impact Fees. The Committee of the Whole recommends setting a public hearing for March 5th, 2012 regarding 2012 school impact fees. This is signed by the committee vice chair.
I move the council concur in the committee report.
Second?
Moved by Mr. Corman, seconded by Ms. Palmer. The council concur with the committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, and I think that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Taylor.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Utility Committee has a committee report.
Utilities Committee Report, Liberty Lift Station Installation 2012 Project. The Utilities Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the establishment of the capital project called Liberty Lift Station Installation 2012 Project and transfer the $400,000 budgeted from the oversize account into this new project. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move the council concur with the Utilities Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Corman, that council concur with the Utilities Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
That is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Zwicker's gone, so Ms. Breyer.
Yes, the Finance Committee has multiple reports.
Finance Committee Report, High School Golf Team's Fee Waiver Request. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in staff recommendation to authorize Maplewood Golf Course to waive associated fees in the amount of $2,900 for the Liberty High School girls golf teams for the 2012 spring season. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer.
I move that council concur with the finance report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee Report, G&K Services Utility Bill Adjustment. The Finance Committee recommends approval of a utility billing fee adjustment for the utility account of G&K Services at the service address of 1001 Southwest 34th Street in the total amount of $43,375.15. The adjustment includes $11,279 for 50% of the excess water leaked over 2-meter reading periods as provided by Ordinance 5600. This underground leak did not go through the water system, and therefore King County Metro, $20,789.51, and City Sewer, $11,306.65. Charges above their normal usage are also adjusted. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer.
I move that council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee Report, Tiffany Cascade Property Acquisition. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve a property acquisition from Martin Hochfield Huckfeld, consisting of 4.9 acres of land connecting Tiffany Park and Cascade Park. Funding for this property purchase will be derived from the voter-approved 2007 King County Parks Expansion Levy. Total estimated acquisition costs, including the appraisal, title report, environmental assessment, survey, and recording fees, are $225,000. The committee further recommends that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to execute the purchase and sale agreement. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms.
I
Breyer.
move that council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee report, utility bill adjustment. The Finance Committee recommends granting the waiver requested for sewer-related charges on an irrigation line for the utility count of oil can Henrys at the service address of 1545 Duval Avenue Northeast, as presented, for the total amount of $767.30. The adjustment includes King County Metro, $497, and City Sewer, $270.30, charges above their normal usage. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer.
I move that council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee report, Puget Sound Energy utility bill adjustment. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence with the staff recommendation to approve a utility billing fee adjustment for the utility account of Puget Sound Energy as presented for the total amount of $22,904.55. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms.
this
Breyer.
is my last committee report. I move that council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Ms. Breyer. Mr. Prince.
Yes, the Planning and Development Committee has a report.
Planning and Development Committee report, modification of Renton Housing Authority Housing Opportunity Fund Award. The Planning and Development Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve a modification of the $100,000 Housing Opportunity Fund Award to the Renton Housing Authority as approved by City Council on September 28, 2009, to provide $50,000 for the Renton Housing Authority's Glenwood Townhomes project and $50,000 for the next project in the Housing Authority's Sunset Terrace Replacement Housing Pipeline. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Prince.
I move that council concur with the recommendation of the Planning and Development Committee.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Prince, seconded by Mr. Corman, that council concur with the Planning and Development Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Planning and Development Committee report, modification of Renton Housing Authority Opportunity Fund Award. Oops. I apologize, I have 2 copies of the same.
Okay. I know, Mr. Prince was in shock. Excuse me, Mr. Person.
No old business.
You notice how you're not as busy as you used to be?
No, I
And
mean,
Miss Breyer's very busy.
Miss Breyer just taking it over from me, I'll tell you.
Still runs the show.
Ms. Palmer.
Yes, Community Services Committee has 2 reports.
Community Services Committee report, Housing Repair Assistance Program policy changes. The Community Services Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the 2 policy changes. 1, only manufactured homes, mobile homes built in the U.S. after June 15, 1976, will be eligible for services. 2, if a household is deemed ineligible for services and if that property's household's income of family size changes during the year, they can reapply to the program due to the extenuating circumstances. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Palmer.
I move council concur with the committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Palmer, seconded by Mr. Prince, that council concur with the Community Services Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Community Services Committee report, Human Services Funding Process. The Community Services Committee referred the Human Services Funding Process to Committee of the Whole on February 6, 2012 for a briefing. The committee recommends no changes to the funding process at this time. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Palmer.
I move that council concur with the committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Palmer, second by Mr. Prince, that council concur with the Community Services Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Next is moving on to resolutions and ordinances. We have 1 resolution and 2 ordinances this evening.
The resolution regards the Regional Disaster Plan Interlocal Agreement. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with Public Health, Seattle and King County, entitled Regional Disaster Plan Agreement.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Corman, that this resolution be adopted as read. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
The ordinance for first reading regards the Fairlane Woods annexation. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, annexing certain territory to the City of Renton, the Fairlane Woods annexation, property consisting of approximately 39 acres, the northern and western boundaries which are co-terminus with existing city limits. The eastern boundary is a parcel line at 132nd Avenue Southeast if extended, and the southern boundary is a parcel line at Southeast 160th Street if extended.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Corman.
I move this ordinance be placed on second and final reading at the next council meeting.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Corman, seconded by Ms. Palmer, that this ordinance be placed on second and final reading at the next council meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And lastly, there is 1 ordinance for second and final reading regarding establishment of the Administrative Services Department. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Section 314 of Chapter 1, Executive Department, Sections 343 and 345 of Chapter 4, Finance and Information Technology Department, of Title 3, Departments and Officers, and Titles 1 through 10 of Ordinance Number 4260 of City Code by changing all references to Finance and Information Technology to Administrative Services and moving the City Clerk's office to the Administrative Services Department.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move that this ordinance be adopted as read.
Second?
Been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Ms. Palmer, that this ordinance be adopted as read. Requires a roll call.
Ms. Breyer?
Aye.
Mr. Prince?
Aye.
Mr. Person?
Aye.
Ms. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Corman?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Bonnie. Moving on to new business. Mr. Corman.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, first thing I'd like to do is announce the Transportation Committee meeting will be canceled on February 23rd. And then on behalf of Mr. Zwicker, I'll announce that a reminder on February 20th, there's no council meeting. It's a council holiday because of President's Day. And then we will have an all-day meeting on February 24th. It's our annual council offsite. We'll meet here in the conferencing center. We have 4 items really that we're going over on that agenda: future committee of the whole topics, review of Renton's financial outlook, develop budget guidelines and review budget calendar and process, and emerging issues in economic development, community services. That'll be 9:00 a.m. until 3:00 p.m. Again, February 24th. And then finally, on Monday, February 27th, we will have a committee of the whole meeting at 5:30 p.m., 5:30 to 7:00 p.m. in the 7th floor conferencing center. 2 items on that agenda. First is regional committee updates, and the second is legislative update. And that is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Corman. Mr. Taylor.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Utility Committee meeting for February the 27th will be canceled. There are a couple of items I would like to refer into the Utility Committee, and one is the Utility Bill Adjustment Policy, and the other item would be the Automatic Meter Reader Program.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Corman, that the items of utility bill adjustment policies and meter reader
program.
program be referred to the utility committee.
That was Mr. Person, actually, but
Was it Mr. Person?
That's okay.
it's okay.
You can pick anybody.
Okay. It was seconded.
It was.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
That is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Breyer?
Yes, the Finance Committee will meet on Monday, February 27th from 4:30 to 5 in the council conference room, and we have one item, vouchers.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
all I have.
Mr. Prince?
Yes, on Thursday, February 23rd, plan development has been canceled, but I also have a stack of emails we received from citizens related to the May Creek drainage appeal. I'd like to refer these into planning development as part of that appeal.
I'm sorry, the May Creek,
Drainage.
okay. So, have a second?
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Prince, second by Ms. Palmer, that correspondence in regards to the May Creek drainage be referred to the Planning and Development Committee. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Person?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I move that we refer a memorandum of understanding between the City of Renton and Olympic Pipeline Company for the donation of a foam trailer to the Public Safety Committee.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, second by Ms. Palmer, that a proposed donation from Olympic Pipeline be referred to the Public Safety Committee. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And then I'd like to announce Public Safety Committee meeting on Monday, February 27th in the council conference room from 3:30 to 4:30. And the top three topics will be fire emergency response systems in their vehicles. And number 2, emerging issues in public safety. And number 3, the memorandum of understanding with Olympic Pipeline. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Palmer?
Yes, we will be having a community services meeting on Monday, February 27th, from 5 to 5:30 in the council conferencing room. 2 items on the agenda. The first is the Municipal Arts Commission appointments, and the second is Garden Avenue North Public Art Project briefing. And that's all.
Okay, thank you. Next is audience comment. Is there anybody who'd like to address the council? What's the wish of the council?
Move we adjourn?
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Prince, so we adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
And that just allows us to get Renton in there, but allow the artist to present Renton in their own